Imagine, if you will, sitting down to your morning coffee, turning on your home computer to read the day's newspaper. Well, it's not as far-fetched as
Yo, it's your boy Zeta Don. We are back at it again with another episode of Inspired Empire Podcast. Today we have Gregory Tichenor.
Yes, sir.
The owner of Empire Styles. He's the one that gave me the platform to do this here. Go ahead and just introduce yourself just a little bit.
My name is Greg Tichenor. I own Empire Styles. We are a barbershop in Harriman, or barbershop and salon / healthcare and self-care. So, we're in Harriman, and this is something that I do. I also have 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl who already are cussing me out half the time, but it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I love him.
Mine's 8 months. He already cussed me out.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel the energy, so it happens.
It happens.
And you want to come on. I wanted to talk to you about personal growth.
Okay.
While you're in this process of owning a shop, because we know where you started. You started in an RV. Now you're here. How much has personal growth affected you during this process?
Tremendously. I take personal growth very seriously. I am always continuously finding things that is wrong with myself, or something that I do wrong, or something. Like, I'm really picking out the weaknesses that I have on a daily basis and trying to configure out that emotion or that feeling or what I can do better. So I'm continuously trying to grasp growth in a daily process. Like, I've been doing that for like 3 years now. No, I'm not perfect, obviously, but I literally take this so seriously. It is something that I really take to heart.
Okay. And the reason why I asked you that is because, I mean, us as men, I feel like all men, we have this feeling of, I'm not doing enough.
Right.
This isn't enough. I have to do more. I have to do more. I have to do more. Because my situation, we see it.
Right.
Rather than women. Women are like, I'm happy.
Right.
This sucks, but I'm happy. Like, I'm good. Men are like, yeah, we're going to change this shit.
Right.
So during this process, how do you keep your mental in check exactly?
Keeping my mental in check, and ooh, man. I'll just do like a quick little process. So say I come into, the shop and something's wrong. I'm immediately trying to fix what's wrong. It's the same process I have in my brain. I come in and I feel a little bit angry, or I feel a little hesitant, or I feel like I'm not doing enough. I completely am trying to. It's almost like playing tug of war with your brain, but I'm saying, hey, no, you can do this. You can do better. You're not angry. Look what you have. Look what you're doing. Look what's going on. Look what type of kid you have. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm continuously giving myself positive emotion and positive reassurance that everything is okay and I'm fine. I'm not going to play games with my mind. I'm going to unpeel it, and layer by layer, I'm going to feel that emotion and go through that. I know that it's going to be a hard process to feel, because I don't want to feel hurt. I don't want to feel mad. I don't want to feel depressed. I don't want to feel sad. But those things come, and those things come in waves at times. And every time a wave comes, I'm unpeeling it and going through it. Unpeeling it and going through it. Unpeeling it and going through it. It's a step-by-step process, but it has to happen.
Right. Another reason why I asked you that is because, obviously, like I said, as men, we see the shit for what it is. Like, we literally look at our situation. We kind of just sit back and we're like, I got to fix this shit.
Right.
Like, I have to fix this. With you having a shop and you dealing with people, do you probably have to hold everybody accountable?
Yeah.
So does that weigh on you as well?
Yeah, it's a big weight that I have to carry. I don't see it as a burden, but I see it as a new mountain that I have to climb. I have a tendency to really care about everybody, and I want to make sure that everybody is on the same level as I am. So I will spend extra time with that person, or I will speak to them and I will let them know some of the things that I've been through to try to help them through a process. Does that make sense? Like, So every time that there's a person in here that needs, a little bit more push or a little bit more drive, or they're lacking in certain areas, I literally am watching everything. I'm very observant. So I will see that. I will see the feeling or the emotion of the shop or the feeling of something not being done, and I will literally go after it. I don't care if I'm cutting someone's hair. Hey, man, 1 second. Come here. You know what I mean? I'm watching people's feelings, how they walk and how they feel. I really care about everybody. I felt like the reason why I do that is because I once was a child that didn't have, the parents or the parental guidance or the friendship. And I always wanted somebody to ask me if I was okay, or how are you feeling? Or, there's a lot of deep things that you feel as a young man that you don't want someone else to go through. So I'm constantly don't want other people to go through the things that I've been through. Instead of going through those things, learn from how I've felt before and my mistakes. And I feel like it's a heavy burden, in a sense that is, because I don't want someone to feel this. Unfortunately, they're going to. But I'm continuously fighting that. So I don't know.
I mean, because for me as well, like, I care about people too. There is times where, I don't know, when I hold people accountable, it can come off as me like being an asshole.
Right.
But I'm the type of person I'm gonna give you a couple chances.
Yeah.
But if after I say it like the third time, I'm
yeah.
like, all right.
Yeah, bro.
I'm gonna just kind of shut.
You're not lying. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it can't get there. What makes you stop? Like, what makes you not give up on people? Because that's my thing. I give up on people.
Man, I've been in a position to where I've done things that I'm not proud of, and I was a young man who was troubled and had a lot of mental stress and a lot of things going on that I couldn't figure out myself. But a lot of people really never gave up on me. A lot of people were continuously being a friend, and they were continuously loving me and showing me unconditional love. And that still sticks with me today, because like when you're young, stupid, and you're out doing dumb shit, you're thinking like, damn, I wish somebody would just stop me and say, hey, there's a better way to do this. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have that, man. I didn't have someone to sit up there and be, hey, look, whatever you're going through right now, you need to stop and rethink what you're doing right now and reprocess it. The only time you ever get that is probably in church.
Yeah.
And at that time, you still don't really you still don't really understand, so.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's for most men, because shit, even me, I mean, I had it, but it was kind of too late, because I was like a teenager at the time when people were trying to do that. When you're a teenager, most men are teenagers, we don't really care about anything. We don't listen. We're not going to listen to you.
Yeah.
We're going to do what the fuck we want.
Right.
Unless we've already had that from birth. Most of us haven't. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel when you come from a broken home like me and you, it's harder for us to acknowledge certain things that are in our face. Because we're so used to just putting shit to the side. Like, oh, all right, this happened. I'll put it to the side, because we can't even express ourselves half the time, especially in a black household. You really can't express yourself. So, like, you're constantly putting all this shit to the side. Then you have somebody like, hey, you could do this differently. You're like, shut the fuck up. Like, you're literally in your head like, yeah, whatever.
Like, why are you telling me that?
You know what I'm saying? But it's hard for us to acknowledge that, to be like, damn, he was trying to help me, and I didn't even really realize that. You know, when you were in this environment, how do you stay humble?
I continuously remind myself where I was 4 years ago. I'm no one. You know what I mean? Like, I sincerely believe that I'm nobody. I'm just been put in a position to where I'm able to help some people, but I'm not shit. I've worked in hotels, I've cleaned toilets, I've mopped floors, I've been to jail. Like, I'm no one, man. And I continuously tell myself that, because like, I don't ever want to change for anything, and I don't care how much money we ever make. I just want to change other people's lives. I've been so painfully hurt in my life, and not sure of what life is going to bring, but I just didn't stop. You know what I mean? I never gave up. I don't want to ever give up on anyone or myself. Like, I believe in what I believe, and everything that I believe has come true, but there's still more to believe in. I got to stay humble and grateful for what God keeps doing for me, you know? So that's something that I've continuously done and have been so grateful for, you know?
One thing I will say, though, is because for me during this process, obviously I've made like a lot of traction, a lot of growth with this. At first, I'm not going to lie, I was a little big-headed with them. Like, oh, man, I'm going to take the whole, like, I'm going to control the whole thing. During this process, I kind of got broke down in a way, you know, and it made me stay humble because, honestly, I feel like if it wasn't for that, I probably would still be big-headed. You know what I'm saying? The biggest thing is when I got broke down, it was like, okay, at least I'm doing something to help other people. I might feel like this, but I'm helping other people,
right?
And I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? For you, during this process, have you gotten, excuse me, have you gotten broken down to the point where you're like, I feel like giving up, or like, am I even doing the right fucking thing?
No, I don't feel that in the Empire shop. I didn't feel that when I created the mobile shop either. But there's times in those moments where you don't feel like, oh, I'm not doing enough, or am I doing this? Like, yeah, there's times in a business standpoint you're like, man, I'm not doing enough. That's always inconsistent. Like, that's always in my mind. It's always flowing. But when it comes to like emotionally, or like, am I doing the right things, or am I on the right path? Like, I truly believe that I'm on the right path. You know what I mean? Like, and it's weird to say that. It's very weird to say that because it's not normal to feel that. And Graham will tell you, like, bro, there was one time where he was so sad about the shop because it was COVID season, and like, I'm telling you right now, he wanted to walk, you know? And I was like, bro, no, look, we're not going to do that. We're going to keep going. I'm going to get up, and I'm going to go make $1,000 tomorrow. Not even playing. I got up at 6 a.m., drove to fucking Wyoming, made, what, $600, came up with the other 300 that morning. Boom. You know, I just didn't give up. I'm not playing. Like, I just don't give up. So I know the battle, and I know how hard it is. I know how easy it is to give up too.
Yeah, it is easy.
You know what I mean? I know how easy that is. And I know what it does to the person when you give up and then you try it again and you try again and you try again and you don't get it. Like, you just don't get it. Okay, but you're only going to get it once. You try 1,000 times, you're probably only going to get it once. Now, after you get it once, are you going to keep driving with that opportunity? Or are you going to say, well, can't do it again? You know what I mean? No, you're going to get back up and do it again, man. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, people don't understand the struggle of what it took to even get here. The mental stress and the emotional stress as a man, knowing that I'm an entrepreneur and I have to do this every day. Wake up at 8 a.m., be done at like 10, 12 o'clock. It didn't matter. I was doing it. 25 cuts, I'll do it by myself. I won't have any time, no pee breaks, nothing. I don't care. It's just not giving up. The moment you give up on yourself, you have to really take a step back and recognize what you're doing before you do that. Giving up is the worst thing you could ever do. I don't care if it's as small as not cleaning your house. Like, the moment you give up, you can cross everything goodbye.
Right. Because, like, even for me, like, with the whole podcast, I mean, you can even ask him. I remember, like, my first 2 ones, I was like, it was good. My third one, I was like, I don't know. Like, I didn't get the same traction, but I didn't understand, like, at first when you do something, how you said it, everybody's going to jump on.
Yeah.
Then you're going to see a big-ass decline.
Yeah, you will.
I had people saying that what I'm doing right now was their idea. I had people talk about my podcast. Oh, man, you're never going to make it. Why are you doing that? You're not even going to make any money.
Right.
I've had people fucking laugh at posts. I've had, you know what I'm saying, everything. So that made me feel like, damn, dude, people even fuck with what I'm doing. I'm trying to do something positive. You know what I'm saying? So that plays a part in your head. Bro. Shit, not being able to pay him.
Yeah.
Not like shit like that. Your bills, stuff stacking up, and in your head, you're like, okay, I could either, like, am I wasting my time?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That plays in your head, but at the same time, I just had a kid. I'm like, this is gonna better him in the future. I have to keep doing this because, in a way, this is making me feel better. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, I found somebody who believes in me and, you know what I'm saying, just wants to put in on the process. So I got lucky there. Luckily, I have you to give me the platform, and it's free to do this. So it's like, okay, I got that going for myself. I just got to keep pushing.
Right.
You know, but at the same time, it's this mental thing that you have to tune into. Like, I'm not okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of have to fix this. You know? So, like, when you're going through your day, because there's even been podcasts where I don't feel like doing the podcast that day. Like, I don't.
Right.
Obviously, I want people to tell me their story, but it's like, man, I don't feel like it today.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing my own
And that's
shit.
going to be,
And, like, I know for you cut hair and they tell you about their problems all day, and you're just, you got your shit. Doesn't that weigh on you?
No. It doesn't weigh on me one bit. I'm not even playing. Like, it's almost like you're married to it. You're like married to this sense of like being here. You're married to the sense of living every day is like you're gonna fix your life and fix yourself. I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm married to the business. I'm married to my kids. Like, I'm married to the process. I'm married to hearing somebody tell me their problems, and I'm okay with hearing that. I feel like if there's any person in the world that can take on your problems or that can take on pain, I can do that. I'm not going to sacrifice myself, but I'm going to take on that for you and listen to you, and let's talk about it. I've probably felt the same way you felt before. You know what I mean?
And that's where that might actually make you feel better. Like, damn, I can relate with that.
Yeah, I can relate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because, like, that's the same thing with this. As far as us doing, like, going through life and being entrepreneurs, we obviously have family, right? How has this process affected you as a father and as a husband or, you know what I'm saying, a boyfriend?
Oh, my gosh. That's a huge deal. We were at my son's game one time, and he had Josiah was playing. My youngest one was playing. My older one doesn't play football yet. And I get to this mode where I'm like, I'm focused on Josiah. And I was like, go, Josiah, go. And he goes, hey, Dad. He's like, pops up right next to me. I was like, hey, back up, man. And for that one moment, I saw myself basically tear his life apart, you know, by me saying that. And it just like affected my, like, this is what I'm talking about. When I see a problem, I try to fix it. So I talked to him and I said, hey, son, like 2 seconds later, I was like, and as I saw myself, I said, hey, son, I apologize for talking to you like that. Daddy is very focused on Josiah right now because he's playing, and I apologize. I should never treat you like that. You know, just when he's playing, we got to stay focused on him and make sure he's doing okay and he can hear us. And he's like, it's okay, Dad. I wasn't mad. And I was like, yeah, son, you probably weren't mad, but it's okay. I saw that I was wrong. You know, so like it affects my life tremendously, man. In my relationships, like I want to be a good person and I want to be honest and I want to show genuine love. There's times where you get hurt and you don't know how to show that. That was one of my issues, you know, this whole year is like, if you get hurt by someone, how do you continuously show them forgiveness and genuine love, even though you've been hurt? You know what I'm saying? Or wronged or lied to. And this is like in any relationship that you have to be willing to say, I know that's who you are right now, and I'm going to forgive you, and I accept you for who you are right now. You know, how many times has someone done that for you? You know what I mean? Where you're like, I'm accepting you for who you are. You know how hard that is? Like,
it's really hard.
So,
because I mean, the reason why I asked is because during this process, I mean, life happens. I have a son. He's 8 months. and he's teething, you know. So going to work, I'm tired. I go get him because his mom works. I have to drop him off, come here. I'm still tired. Do the podcast, come back. He's crying. He's going off. My significant other might not understand certain processes to this, as such as like adding people on social media.
Right.
Some of them might be females.
Right.
You know, that stuff's hard. That's hard to come by because that's something you kind of have to do in this process.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's, as far as cutting hair, you know what I'm saying? You guys do social media, and whoever adds you just adds you.
Right.
For me, I'm basically networking with people. I have to add these people that are connected to the podcast because maybe they know somebody with a cool story that can help the podcast, or somebody that needs to be heard. Right. You know, that right there plays a mental part for me because as far as me being in a relationship, and I can understand why social media and all that stuff, like, hey, like, why would you add this person? You know what I'm saying? Especially if I've done things wrong in the past, I can understand it. At the same time, it's like, in my head, I'm like, damn, am I doing the right thing by doing this? Like,
right.
And that's where you have to tap into, this is the process. I have to make sure my partner feels loved, and, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not giving her enough time or making her feel reassured. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like me doing this has made me into a better person because hearing other people makes me like want to hear other people vent. Like,
right.
Well, you probably feel this way.
Right.
You know, so I can definitely understand that, where you acknowledge where there's problems, because before I couldn't acknowledge it because I'd be like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's you're mad about that? You're stupid. Now I'm like, damn, okay, I get it. You know, even if that person doesn't like accept my apology or anything like that, I'm like,
I don't have to, you don't have to accept my apology.
Exactly. It's like where you correct yourself is the biggest thing.
Right.
It's where it helps you grow, and that's basically what we're speaking on, personal growth.
I'm more worried about my damn character than, you know, my ego or pride. Like, I really want my character to show that I give a fuck. Seriously, like, I don't like to sit up here and act like I don't care about people. That's bogus. That's straight. That doesn't make sense. No, I do care. I care about if you're doing okay. I care about if you understand business. I care about if you're, you know, got a great haircut. I care about your family. I care about, like, every customer that I have, I literally ask them, hey, how's your family, man? How's the wife? You know, how's the kids? Like, how are you doing? You know, you hear some of the saddest things in that chair, and you hear some great things. And you have to learn to be humble and happy for everybody, because you just genuinely are. It's your human it should be in human instinct. I think we're learned to hate as much as we possibly can. That's why I can't stand social media. But if it was up to me and I didn't have this business, I wouldn't even be doing social media, to be honest with you. I could care less. But the aspect of business, you have to have it, you have to present, and this and the third. Like, as you can see on the Empire page, I've told them, I was like, hey guys, love you guys, but I don't need to be mentioned on here every day. I don't care. You know what I mean? It means nothing to me right now if I'm noticed or not. I just want to give people what I've been dreaming of my whole life and to give back as much as I can.
Right. Now, as far as your business, you know, what inspired you to become a barber?
The first time I actually ever cut hair was when I was 14. My mom was shaving me bald, and I just had these dark eyebrows on this light skin, and I was like, this just doesn't make sense to me. I saw T.I. with his lineup when I was young. I was like, damn, how come I can't look like that? It's so weird. You know? So I got the clippers, and I was like, Mom, give me the clippers, man. Like, this is not happening again. I promise you. I went downstairs with this clipper and cut my hair, and I've been doing it ever since. My dad that lived in Kentucky taught me over the phone kind of how to do certain things. But eventually I just figured it out, and I just started to understand, like, I'm actually taking care of someone. Unlike I have been taking care of myself, I felt like, as a child or as a man. Like, I don't get, you know what I mean? I'm taking care of somebody, and this is something that I've wanted for my whole life. You know what I mean? So I'm genuinely, like, doing those things for people. I genuinely care. I genuinely love people. So that's why I want to become a barber.
Feel you. Now, because, I mean, I don't want to speak on your situation, but as you becoming a barber, what things have you encountered to make this grow, to make this become a reality for you? Because obviously I know the situation. You know what I'm saying? I was there through the process in the beginning and everything. What made you who you are today in the barber world?
Perseverance. People see that I may not be the best barber, I may not be world class in America, whatever, but I will outwork you. I will outwork you. There is nobody on this planet right now, I promise, that's outworking me right now. I swear, and that's how I feel. I may be wrong, but that's how I feel, and that's what I keep doing. People see that I continuously am being consistent in everything that I'm doing. I am being consistent in my communication. I'm being consistent in how I feel with people. I'm being consistent with how, like, the people that I have around me. I'm being consistent with showing them love. I'm being consistent with just everything that I'm doing until it happens. I'm not kidding, until it happens. I do not give up. We did this in 2 years. I'm not stopping. You know what I mean? So, like, that's what I think it is, just my consistency and showing people and being a good person, like actually being a good person, being the man that I am and standing behind my words.
I feel you. So we're getting close to the 30-minute mark. What's something that you want to leave people with before we end the podcast?
I want to leave people with just being genuine, having a genuine heart. There's no point of being fake to somebody. There's no point of having an ego or jealousy towards anybody. Just being genuine. If you dislike something that someone has done to you, or you dislike who they are as a person, talk to them, communicate. Be the person that you would want someone to be to you. You know what I mean? The disrespect or giving them the evil eye or whatever, like, just communicate. That's all we need to do, is continuously communicate and show love, and that love will be given back to you. I promise, 10 times fold.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, I do want to thank you for giving me this platform.
No, thank you, bro.
I mean, this has been a cool experience. I got to meet a lot of people. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for hooking me up with E here. But I do appreciate you being on the season finale. Hopefully we have you back on next season.
Hey, whatever you need, man. I believe in you both. I believe in this podcast. I think this podcast is going to help a lot of people. I think you two are the perfect candidates to help, Utah grow as a whole. It's only going to get bigger, and everything's only going to get better by growth. Some bumps in the road are going to happen. Some things are going to make you feel like you want to give up, and there's going to be a lot of home frustrations. Just don't give up. Keep pushing. Just keep pushing, and it's going to happen.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Hey, well, that wraps up our podcast for today. I'll see you guys next season. Church.